This has to be one of the best kept secrets in the current job market, and it blows my mind how many people don't know about it. I went from graduating college to a senior level position in less than 2 years, and with it also came a 50% raise in pay. In this video, I'm going to show you not only how I found this new market, but also what I did to excel in it. In fact, I've taken hours to prepare a full breakdown of everything you need to do that other people are missing out on, all in this video. And you don't even have to know any code at all. Shoot, I've been in this space and I don't even know code. Look, I get it. You're probably wanting a change. Maybe it's the job market, maybe you don't find fulfillment in what you're currently doing, or maybe you're just trying to find something where you can work remote. You are wanting to level up your life, and I commend you for that. I'm going to give you the same exact strategy I used in every step along the way by answering how I began doing what I love and how you can do the same and change your future for the better. Like I said, I actually graduated college less than 2 years ago. I was studying accounting and entrepreneurship, and pretty much in my last semester, I realized I did not want to be a CPA. Without discovering my current career, I have no idea where I would be today because I truly love what I do and I could not see myself doing something else. I realized that a lot of people struggle to say those same things, and that is why I wanted to talk to you about what I do, which is low-code development. It amazes me how many people do not know that this niche even exists. So how did I become a developer without knowing code? Low-code development is actually pretty simple. Low-code development is a modern approach to software development that allows developers to create apps with minimal manual coding. Low-code platforms enable individuals with different levels of technical expertise to be able to design, develop, and deploy software solutions. Right now you're thinking, what is this guy even talking about? Do not worry, I have been there just 2 years ago. I felt the same way, and we're gonna be breaking down what this means in super simple terms right now. Think about it. In traditional development, you need years of experience working with different coding languages. Even after that, there's so much competition in that job market that it's gonna be tough to get a job. Plus, those jobs can be pretty intimidating because it feels like you need to be some kind of super genius in order to succeed in them. Because of all that, something like this is just not what you're looking for. Now, with low-code development, there are 3 main things you need to know. Every day there are people discovering this low-code niche, but only those who follow these 3 things are actually going to be successful. The first and most obvious is understanding what low-code development is. Essentially, instead of having to write code, you can use intuitive interfaces that will write the code for you. I realize what I'm saying is probably still confusing. What I mean is that these platforms allow you to drag and drop the different pieces of an app or an automation onto a canvas. These pieces you're placing and connecting on the canvas are building a software solution that the platform is coding in the background. For example, it's literally like having an idea for an app on your phone and having an idea of what it would look like and drawing or sketching what you would want that app to look like. This sketch is then instantly transformed into a working app that resembles what you drew. This is what I mean when I say an interactive canvas type interface. Most people will not know how to tap into the low-code niche and develop their career and their personal brands. Just take a look at a few examples of some community leaders in this low-code space. These people are not only making money developing software, but also building substantial followings across different social platforms to build their brands and impact those who follow them. There are a handful of different platforms out there that support this type of low-code development. Platforms like the Microsoft Power Platform or Salesforce Lightning or OutSystems and WaveMaker and more. But I am a little biased because there's one platform that I think stands atop the rest. And while I would recommend learning about any of these platforms, there is one that I would simply recommend as the best. Now, I will admit the job market a few years ago was completely different. You could dedicate some time into learning the skills necessary to crack into the software development job market. This way, you could capitalize on the glorified high-paying jobs in the software space. But now there's simply just too much competition in order for people without experience to get in. This is why it's extremely important you follow this next piece of advice so that you can get into the low-code development space and truly separate yourself as a low-code developer from the rest. And that is that you use the skills you already have. It would be safe to say that instead of calling myself a low-code developer, that I should really call myself a low-code consultant. To share more about who I am not the type of person that can do the same thing for work each and every day. And that's the biggest reason why I did not want to be an accountant. As a consultant, I work with different businesses that have different needs, and meet those needs in all sorts of different ways. Well, I would be lying if I told you that my days never looked similar, but there is a good amount of variety, which I find I like. I'm also a fairly social person, and I find that I like leading client discovery sessions with businesses or building relationships with people from around the world. I do not want to scare all of the introverts away, because just because you don't have the skills I have doesn't mean that you won't be successful in this space. Here is why. See, the low-code development niche works as a bridge of sorts between businesses and developers. Devs are great at what they do, but sometimes they kind of need to stay in their own lane. I am not throwing any shade at all, I promise. These people have so much experience, are experts in the field, and truly I could never do what they do. But there is one fundamental flaw that I think most devs would actually admit that they have, and that is being able to cross this bridge. Let me explain. Businesses have problems. Problems that cost money, problems that pose security risks, problems that prohibit the company's leadership from making the best decisions. And most business problems are then solved with software. And who makes great software? Our lovely developers. This bridge needs people with different skills like you and me. It needs people who are good at speaking with businesses in order to capture the business problems that we mentioned. It needs people who are detail-oriented for things like testing and documentation. It needs creative problem solvers. People who are great at thinking outside of the box and understanding how we can best meet a business need. It needs people who are leaders to oversee all of the different parts and how they're gonna come and work together. And this is what 99% of people don't get. I am talking to you. Say you've been working at a company for the last 5 years. You know a lot about how that company is run, the industry that company is in, the customers that your company serves. This could be in healthcare, insurance, manufacturing, shoot, even retail and restaurants. Low-code teams need people like you with this industry knowledge from your previous background in order to better cross this bridge for different industries. Finding how your specific mix of skills can fit into this low-code development market is so important. You don't need to learn a coding language or get a computer science degree, because you already have the soft skills that you need. But this is only the second piece of the puzzle in order to excel. Now that you understand how your specific mix of skills can help you excel in this space, you still need to know one final thing. It all comes down to picking and sticking with one platform. As I mentioned, there are several different low-code platforms out there, but I work specifically with just one of them, and this is the one that I would recommend to you. That is the Microsoft Power Platform. The Power Platform is a makeup of Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and what's called Power Pages. What the Power Platform is and the ecosystem around it is what separates it from the rest of the competition. For starters, there is a huge community around the Microsoft Power Platform and low-code development. And I can promise you that the people in this community are so committed to continuous learning and helping others learn that with just a few connections, you can be successful in the space. The community support is truly unmatched. Secondly, thousands and thousands of businesses already use Microsoft products, and the Power Platform is designed to be built on top of that ecosystem. For example, Microsoft Dynamics is a makeup of several customer relations management apps. Businesses know that building relationships with customers is important, so they store information like the customer's name, their contact information, their purchase history, etc. These CRM apps can then be completely customized for the businesses that use them through the Power Platform, and more specifically, Power Apps. This is how my employer and I make money. Companies pay us to customize their Microsoft Dynamics CRM systems so that they can maximize the system's value and solve more business problems. The third reason I would suggest the Microsoft Power Platform is there's already thousands of hours of resources online to learn. And guess what? It's free. Then once you've done your research, there's certifications available to take so that you can become a certified Power Platform consultant. This way you can develop the technical skills needed in order to better cross this bridge that we keep mentioning. Take my personal story as an example. Here I am, I graduate college with no Microsoft Power Platform experience. I mean, I was Googling what this stuff was in my interviews. I was fortunate enough to be a part of a 12-week program where I learned everything I needed to know about how to be a successful Power Platform developer and consultant. Now, I recognize that this is not possible for everyone, but this is what I want to personally connect with you. If you are seriously interested, go ahead and follow the first link in the description down below in order to get in direct contact with me. I think if you are serious about becoming a low-code developer in the Power Platform, you will not regret it. Taking the time to invest in myself and learning about the low-code development in the Power Platform has already changed my life in ways I cannot even measure. Plus, with the rise of generative AI, the need for people that can bridge this gap is compounding. Things like ChatGPT and Copilot can write code, but they can't capture the soft skills that you already have. With generative AI changing the job market even more, it's no question that people are beginning to feel uneasy about it. We fortunately talk about everything you need to know and how it's currently impacting your job today in this video right here. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of the video. My name is Griffin Lickfelt, the host of Citizen Developer, and I'm excited to connect with you guys in the next one.